everybody, we're coming back to you with another special edition of News of the Beach, this week with 5 intense ways to keep your cool this summer. Now, we're a new channel to YouTube. We hope you like and subscribe because we're able to do things like show you true tent apparatuses, or shade structures if you will, that will keep your cool. But for now, we're gonna actually give you our honest review of 4 different shade apparatuses that we have here: an umbrella, a tent, another tent of a sort, and the Fat Boy tent as well. This is like a shade canopy. There's 3,000 or more injuries related to umbrellas. We're gonna try to show you some tips and tricks to prevent that and make it so that when you come to the beach and there's a lot of people around, you can come in, set your stuff up like the coolest cat in town. All right, and here we have the Fat Boy. Now this one I actually paid about $100 for, and I was super excited because it's very light, nice. I'm like, oh, this is a big old canopy. I'm gonna just be able to come down here and hopefully set it up. Let's give it a try. What we start by doing is we put these together. We're gonna just go with the simple peaked format, all right? Now obviously you can do a few different ones. We'll set this here in the center like so. Do you wanna go ahead and drape that thing right on over, Jessica? Let's just try to anchor this thing. You know, when I pictured this thing, I just pictured it to be a lot bigger. It's more like a cabana style. So it doesn't allow for a lot of viewing, and things like that are constantly happening where the snakes want to try to pull out of the ground. Yeah, it's a little flippity floppity. Honestly, this is probably the one that I recommend the least. As you can tell, it's more of a headache. And I simply just don't recommend this tent. Roscoe's in the shade, good boy. Roscoe's in the shade, good boy. Been swimming around, he's a good boy. He's a good boy. So this is the G4 Free, and I was really excited to get this product in the mail because I bought it on Amazon. I think it was about $50 because it collapses. It's light, like a windshield. Like, oh my goodness, look at this. I can hold it with one hand, I can hold it with one finger. It's so light, it's nice. Jessica, you want to hold it? Oh my gosh, Jessica can hold it with one finger. It's so cool. So getting in here, we're gonna get to the tent. As far as convenience and simplicity, this really is the tent that offers the most of that. But we'll give it a seat inside. Show you what it's like inside here. Even nets, they do stop wind flow. You know, something about the net. This one's not so bad, you know, it's a very open, wide net. Get a nice breeze through here. One thing I really don't like in a tent is the sides, because when you're at the beach, you want to be able to look around, you want to be able to see what's going on. You know, you don't want to feel like there's things happening on the sides or you hear things and you can't see them. But these tents have a lot of other utilities. This would be a great tent to go to like a soccer game on a hot day or a baseball game when you got kids and you just need a place to let them chill out. I mean, if I was a kid and you gave me a tent like this, I would be in heaven. She's gonna try the old taco on the tent. And then kind of taco it over into a fold. Just keep in mind, when you're trying to do this, there's lots of people around. You know, if you've been at the beach, if you've had a couple beers, you know, and the sun's been hitting you, and you're trying to mess with a tent like this is a good challenge to ensure you're okay to drive home. It's called the anchor away, okay? So let's give it a try. What you do is just use the 2 hand positions to screw it in so like place. And just like a screw, you gotta try to make sure you get it to not break on you. This is just your standard 10 by 10 tent. One recommendation, always keep it in the bag. It keeps a lot of the rust, salt, and corrosion off of it. Also, it ensures that you put it away properly. Now the 10 by 10 tent is really best to be operated by 2 people. Now if you notice, I already had my canopy on the tent. Make sure you do that ahead of time. You don't want to be coming down here and fussing with trying to get this on top of here while you're burning your feet. This one's really nice. It has a single pop feature. It pops in place just like so. And we'll demonstrate this. You'll be able to see how this thing actually pops right up. Okay, once you have the two legs in the front and the back, you actually have a nice shade. And depending on the direction of the sun, you may want to keep it angled just to keep your cool. You can also keep it low. The lower you keep a tent like this, the less chance that you have of it blowing away. We're going to go ahead and bring up the back legs. It's been a really good tent. I really like the single-use feature in the center. Sometimes these things can try to blow away on you. What I've found is great and in a pinch is to use something that's available to you. In this case, I have my beach cooler. So I just, we're done for the day, or don't have any more drinks, so we're just gonna use the beach cooler. Take that beach cooler and fill it up with sand. So be prepared. And we're gonna drop it kind of the same way by lowering the legs on it. Try to just walk it on your shoulder. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing, but if it's too heavy, you can also do like a teamwork method where there's handles here and here. And that might be easiest too, Just use the teamwork method. Like I said, it's really hot on the beach and you're gonna get cool as long and as soon as you get the shade in place. For all the gimmicks out there and all the shades that they offer, the tried and true umbrella is one of the best ones, especially considering how lightweight it is. You always want to try to pick one that is relatively thick in construction. Don't pick the thinnest tubes one. All umbrellas are two pieces. And so, there's a little bit of assembly where you just take the first piece into the second piece and you latch it like so, okay? And that's going to be your standard umbrella. One important aspect of the umbrella is that it has a pointed tip at the bottom. Now, if you lose this pointed tip, it's almost impossible to anchor without some sort of device to assist you. So we have a special tip on this one where we suggest when you first get it to take it out. Just go hold it here for me. But what you want to do is just get some super glue on the end of that thing, right? Now this was designed by Jessica. She learned this tip a while ago. And our last umbrella lasted a very long time. So then just squeeze that thing in there and let that dry for about 5 minutes before you bring it to the beach. Now this is going to give it a lot better chance of lasting you twice as long, okay? Because like I said, once you lose this piece,
you'll never lose your tip again.
Whoa. But the real trick is a rocking action using a pointed umbrella, okay? Now you want to point the umbrella into the wind first and foremost. That way if you're facing away from the wind, this thing can blow and grab and you're going to be fighting it. Another nice trick and another tip if it's very windy is to just start by putting the umbrella down, okay? If you start with the umbrella down, you can start in a rocking motion. You just want to keep rocking this thing into the ground just like so. You think, you just kind of use your weight and kind of lean on it as you rock it back and forth. Just depending on how far you want to set it into the ground. Pretty solid there, just like so. If it's just like two people, I really recommend an umbrella. They pop open easily, has a UPF 50 coating on the bottom. And this umbrella was $25 at the local 5 and Dime. Let's check it out. And as you notice when you're in the umbrella, you're very, open. You can see all around you, have a nice view of the beach, a nice view of the things. It's a rainbow, it's beautiful. Just like our pinwheel. In addition to the tents we showed you today on the beach, it's important that you have proper PPE, like long sleeves, a good shoe. Our sand is really hot in Cocoa Beach. You have a nice brimmed hat, just like so. Use a nice large sunglass, and if you want to make sure you don't look like a raccoon when you go back to work on Monday, use a nice sunblock, something 50 plus in the SPF range. This one's inorganic. It's made by Banana Boat and it contains titanium dioxide, similar to zinc oxide, but titanium dioxide stays on better. So it's what I personally recommend, and this is the sunblock that I use. You can find this for under $10 on Amazon.